Well, hello friends, pro-life leader Frank Pavone here, National Director of Priests for Life, bringing you my daily diary. Today I want to cover what I did on Sunday, June 11th, Monday the 12th, and Tuesday the 13th of June of 2023. And as you know, the reason I do these daily diaries, it's meant to be an encouragement, it's meant to be a form of transparency and accountability. And I love doing what I do so much that that means I also love talking about it. And I hope to encourage you in your own efforts for the unborn, because that's what all this work is about. So on Sunday, June 11th, I woke up in Colorado. I had spoken the previous couple of days, and I went early to the airport. On my way to the airport, waiting at the gate, and also on the plane, I always catch up on work I have to do on my laptop, whether it's writing articles, preparing talks, some of the things I had to do on the 11th in the course of this trip. While on my laptop was doing some more work on a brochure about our programming here on endabortion.tv, promotion of an upcoming pilgrimage that our executive director and one of our priests is helping to lead, congressional district data, working with our data team to make sure we can effectively target people living in a particular congressional district, finalizing an article for Legatus magazine, finalizing an article for Newsmax. I'm a regular contributor there, not only on the TV screen, but also on their website where there are opinion pieces. Getting a hold of various speeches of President Trump so that we could disseminate those, giving approval to appeal letters, ordering some of the latest books in the pro-life movement, and preparing for the scheduling of upcoming media interviews. So I did all this while traveling back from Colorado to Orlando, got there, got a ride back to the office. And once I got here, I had to come in here to the TV studio and tape a whole series of programs, scripture reflections, other kinds of broadcasts. So I spent the good part of the rest of the day right here in the studio, but also took time to connect with family, prayer time, and a little extra rest, being it is the Lord's Day. In the evening, I did sign some cards, as is my custom, for some of our donors and also for bishops on the occasion of their birthdays and their anniversaries of ordination. Monday, the 12th of June, here in my office, I started out nice and early. Usual administrative phone calls while having breakfast, and all staff meeting at 8:30. Did some shopping too before all that started. Went down to the local Publix here and got what I need for the week. Then after the staff briefing, I had a meeting with our, it was an interdepartmental meeting, correspondence and political outreach, planning upcoming important activities, reaching out to our election volunteers and others. That was at 9:30. 10 o'clock, I met with our executive director and executive manager, following up on the trip that we had just made, preparing for the week to come and beyond. That was a 10 o'clock meeting. At 10:30, I came back here into the studio, had to go over a number of things with our social media and broadcast departments. Then at 11:30, I interviewed a potential new employee. We're expanding the staff here in our studio. That was at 11:30. 12:15, I just had some lunch here at the office, and while having lunch was on the phone with pro-life leader Mark Lee Dixon. He heads up the Sanctuary Cities for the Unborn, so we were talking about that a little bit. Went back to my desk, had to catch up on some email work, things in regard to possible new hiring, things in regard to the legislation in Congress, no taxpayer funding for abortion bill, pushing that along. Again, some work on congressional, making sure with our staff we have congressional data for congressional districts, approving a journal ad. We regularly put out journal ads to get our message into certain gatherings. Preparing special courses for an online school. We're excited to announce this pretty soon in partnership with a major Catholic group. Communicating with pro-life leaders who want to be members of our regular leadership meetings. Arranging for interviews for our team member, Dr. Alveda King. communication with the Trump campaign, preparing a fax to go out to all of the Catholic churches around the country, and working on details that I have to approve for upcoming trips and flights. In the midst of all that, 2:30, I had an important meeting with our national political coordinator about an app that allows us to have volunteers make calls to targeted voters and also knock on doors. That meeting was at 2:30. At 3:30, I met with some of our key staff that handle websites, and they gave me some important updates. I gave them some guidance. That was at 3:30. 4 o'clock, I met together with our social media coordinator. We taped some React videos. You're familiar with React videos where you see a person watching another video and then giving a response. Plenty of pro-abortion nonsense to respond to. That was at 4. 5:45, after having done more work at my desk getting end-of-day updates from staff, I had a call with Mark from our administrative team and took my walk while doing that. Had some quick dinner, and then Right Side Broadcasting, Praying for America, I went live here in the studio, and I had a lot to say about the Trump indictment, and really we had a fantastic audience for that. I think I went on for about an hour. Tuesday, the 13th of June, similarly up early, usual work at my desk, lots of work in regard to preparing some upcoming radio spots. You know, we send out spots to radio networks all over the country, Catholic and other Christian networks as well. Deploying talks by President Trump, getting his speeches out there. State legislative work, keeping up to date on what the different states are doing and how we can encourage pro-life legislation, oppose pro-abortion legislation, an election meeting regarding our volunteers, the upcoming meetings of the Abortion Recovery Coalition, of which I'm a part, and also of the National Right to Life Committee, convention, which I go to every year. We'll be going to soon. Getting some details in line with those things, flight travel schedules, trip itineraries, all sorts of approval going on there. Some communication with state representatives and also with our Rachel's Vineyard team. I serve as the pastoral director of Rachel's Vineyard, and I'm obviously in that capacity always in communication with our team, and I was talking to them about the conference tapes for this online training conference that's been going on for some months now and will continue. Having done all of that, I had a 9 a.m. interview with Alex McFarland. He had me on for a full hour on the American Family Radio. That was a great conversation. Got finished with that, connected with various staff. At 11 a.m., I had a 1-hour conference call with the other leaders of the Movement for Healing After Abortion. This is the Abortion Recovery Coalition. Then I had a quick lunch. Then at 1 o'clock, I had a meeting with our executive director, our political coordinator, and a representative from the Leadership Institute, with whom we are doing a collaborative effort this election season and next to put on training seminars, not only online, but on the ground in various key states. So that was a 1 o'clock meeting. Then I continued meeting with our executive director on a number of matters. Then at 2 o'clock, had a meeting with our travel coordinator. These meetings, of course, look at invitations, plan upcoming trips, and so on. That was at 2 o'clock. At 2:30, I had a meeting with our communications director about a book I am so excited about that we are preparing now. Just having some anecdotes about the impact of Priests for Life as a ministry, an impact you help to make possible by your involvement with us. At 3 o'clock, met with our social media coordinator, and we worked on a number of things. More desk work. At 4:30, had a meeting with the Catholic organization we're going to announce pretty soon that we're collaborating with for an online course on pro-life, specifically Scripture and abortion is the first course, but there will be many other courses. Had a good meeting at 4:30 in regard to that. And then started looking at end-of-day updates for from the staff. Did a quick dinner and had a live broadcast in the evening. and then after a little more desk work went to bed. So that was the 11th, 12th, and 13th of June, 2023. Thanks for following these daily diary updates. Again, as I mentioned, it's a it's a method of accountability, but there's also some self-defense worked in here. And so to all those, not any of you, but to all those critics out there of me and the enemies, well, come on, let's go. Let's see your daily diary, and then we can talk. All right, God bless you, friends. Thanks for all your support. We'll talk to you soon.